I was stuck in traffic until 4 in the morning. What's up? You do the first one? Yeah. Your X is incorrect.
Okay, so the white.
You can take a look at the board in the top left-hand corner if you want a little hint. Yeah?
So that's like 5 minutes now. And then you can go.
What is the line? Where is the spot?
Yes. 1/3
Bless you. Thank you.
What's your question? Rise over run. So you rise -3?
That's the equation.
No. So you rise. Rise meaning you go up or you go down.
Thanos card.
Where are you going to?
Thanos card.
Where am I trying to get to?
Where is?
Here. I'm trying to get to here. That's the next point on the up one. Okay, why are you yelling at me? Alright, go on. There you go.
Good. I'm glad that you about a minute and a half left.
Oh, that was right.
You should be doing 2. You should be doing 2. You got about a minute left. For 2, ask yourself, what is the scale factor? What is the center of dilation? What is the scale factor?
Do you see that?
So the same thing for this?
No.
Where is the center of
This is
dilation?
different. You are dilating.
How far away is B from the center of dilation? It's like down 1 over. How many times are you doing that? So it's
Missing
go.
a Thanos card.
Do it for A.
Thanos card. This is. You don't know that. You could. What is the ratio of Thanos
Yeah, it wasn't. It was because the other, there was connecting the other one. Wait, no.
What do you notice about this thing? It's not working.
Should put it in a blade.
It's supposed to be 3, right? I was not here for one of them.
Ooh, that looks good.
You got it ready here?
Yeah. Let's. So, let me get your attention for can I get 5 minutes of your time? I'll take 5 minutes of your time, and then we're gonna practice. All right? Everybody, give me 5 minutes.
Here.
All right. So, today's lesson, you need. Today's lesson, you need to know how to do 2 things. You need to know how to write the equation of a line. Right? It's that y equals mx plus b thing. To write the equation of a line, you need to get the slope and the y-intercept. It's important to realize it's the slope of the line. You're going to be dealing with 2 kinds of slopes today. That's where you're going to make your confusion. Right? The slope of that yellow line is a rise of +1 and a run of +3. Right? The y-intercept, where that yellow line crosses the y-axis, well, that's at +3. So now we have our slope. We have our y-intercept. So when you put it all together, it's y equals your slope times x plus 3, your y-intercept. And that's the equation, right? I think your method for today should be save that for last. Do the equation of a line last. Because the problems are going to look like number 2. We're going to ask you to do a dilation. You should find the scale factor and the point of dilation. Right? The point of dilation is the origin, is that O. Right? So do the dilation first, then worry about this equation stuff. That way you don't confuse the slopes. I have 3 more minutes, then I'll turn it over to you. How do we do a dilation? Perfect. Each of the points, see how far away they are from the center of dilation. And today, it's always going to be the origin. So B is like down 1 and over 1, right? Down 1 and then over 1. What are we going to do to that slope? Yeah. What? You could just visually, you could do it 1 time and a 2nd time, right? B prime would go right there. For A, it's visually to the left 1 and down 3. So -1, -3. And you're going to do it 1 time and a 2nd time, right? A prime would go right there. But mathematically, because not all the problems will you be able to do visually. Mathematically, what's happening is we're taking our scale factor and we're multiplying the rise and the run. So it's becoming, instead of going down 1, you're going down 2. So we're going to go down. Oh, yeah, I have that backwards. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I have that backwards. You're supposed to go down 3, right? To get to A, it's down 3 and then to the left 1. Good. So times 2, times 2. Instead of going down 3, we're now going to go down 6, right? That's why we go down there. Instead of going to the left 1, we're going to the left 2. That's why we're going right there. And that's the same thing with B, right? Instead of going down 1, we're going down 2. So you're going to the right 1 we're going to the right 2. Right? We're going to go down 2 and to the right 2. That's how we're getting B prime. When you connect them, you get that new segment. You get that new segment. Now you're at the point, okay, let me fill in these equations. Now you're saying, oh, okay, what's the slope of the line? How is that line rising and running? How is that line rising and running? Yeah, it's rising 2 and it's running 2. Stick the x next to that. What's the y-intercept for that line? Negative 2. Let's... The yellow one. That's our original. And then for our dilated, what's our rise and our run for the dilated one? You rise like 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to take one more minute and that's it. Yeah, so this is like rise 4 and run 4. What's our y-intercept for the last one? Now, Lizette, what do you notice about these slopes? Yeah, when you do the equation of a line, when you do these slopes, you should write them in simplified form. 2 over 2 is really 1, or 1 over 1. Right? You could really say, look, I'm rising 1, and I'm running 1 to get to the next point. Yeah. Instead of rising, 4 over 4 is really 1 over 1. Okay? Are there any questions about that? If you're good on this, you got today's lesson. Problems 3 through 6. Problems 3 through 6. They're going to ask you to write the equation. You need to extend the line in order to get the y-intercept. That's like the extra layer of getting a little bit harder. Thank you so much. Let's hand out the practice and then the practice.
Mister.
Y equals square over triangle x plus circle.
Can you do me a favor?
Have you have a question already?
Okay.
Because
66. Open sesame.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I can
I need to start being
Yeah,
confident.
absolutely. I agree.
I know, exactly. That's
You
what
tell
I'm
me-
telling you.
Does that look correct?
Yeah,
Why? Why? Why does it look correct?
because it's parallel.
Ooh, you have already answered question number 7. Don't go to 7 yet. Just do a couple more. That's good. You want to do it on here?
Yeah,
But don't be looking at hers. You have got the. Let me see these hands. It's the hands of an architect.
Think so?
No, I don't. I know so.
Ah, see, that's what I like to hear. That's motivation right there, man.
You show me that.
Alright, let me see.
You want it smaller?
Yo, but like, help me though, seriously. Like, what I gotta come from? What I'm counting from?
Alright, count from the origin
one
to this
thing
to B.
Okay,
And
so
then-
1,
And then I
2.
want you to simplify that slope. 6 over 2.
Like, what you mean? This is 2.
So then if that's 2, then you
Because
go
there's
to
a
down.
notice that's
1, 2.
And then you plot it there. That's so put B prime.
if you go to the store and you buy a soda, seriously, if you buy a soda can for 75 cents and you hand them $1, what do you expect to get back?
And then what?
25. So I give you 25 pence. Am I wrong?
Girl, my
Am I wrong? No, I'm not
Gotta
wrong.
remember, bro. We took it as
Well, do I have to give you a quarter? So do you have to?
Because I'm always
But
joking
should
with her.
you? People look at you.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, Joseph. You know that's a flow that you have. You know we all know. Nah, I feel you. Yeah.
It's all right. We're gonna look at you like you're.
And would I come from A? 1.
Do I have to do it this one? I just do it the rest of it? Because I wrote big and I don't want to.
1.
Like, chill. She never told me to stop. She told me to stop. It's not funny.
You can leave it as 3 over 1. I'm just saying.
Never brought it up, so how the fuck how you gonna tell me that?
Language.
My fault. How you gonna tell me that?
Facts.
Woo, I'm getting chills looking at that.
Feel me? I wish I had like a.
What's that one?
Which one? Oh yeah, the prom.
And what's that one?
Does that look
A.
Is this one?
Prom.
Why is this one?
Yeah, I wish I can like think though.
Ray, can you do that?
I don't know. I'ma see.
Yeah, just do it like that.
Hold on, Rosanna. You're gonna have to help me. Oh, never mind. I got it. I think I got it right here.
Wait a second.
Are they parallel? Then that's not right.
Shit. Ah, damn, that shit was straight too.
First of all, check your work. Woo!
A little something. Feel me? I'm trying to think. Nah, I think I'm good for right now. Let me throw a little sauce on it though.
And then you're gonna pass it off to someone else. What is that?
What is that steer factor? What is that freaking?
Oh shit, that means 3. I got
Joe, look at the board. Joe, look at the board.
Like, you see how this one's perfect?
You know what time it is, man. Here.
Why are you giving it to me?
Because he said pass it, nigga.
Pass it to who? Not to me.
You want it?
No.
Yeah, you want it? Joseph, here.
Just
Do it. He said what we're gonna do it next.
Okay. So that's
Look what I wrote in
-2
it.
over 2.
You see what I wrote in it?
This is
Wow.
negative 0. So then it's going to become
Right.
do you see it?
so we don't even do
You need the slope. So this is what Mr. O'Leary
Wait, this is number
said.
2?
Do the dilation of the
How do I do number 2?
first.
It's because the origin, right?
Worry
1,
about
2,
writing
1,
the
2.
equation. Because if you do
So
the equation
1, 2,
first,
1,
you're
2.
going to focus on this slope rather than the
1.
slope of the point.
So 1, 1 right
Okay?
here.
So now that you've done this,
That 1,
what's the
2,
equation of
1,
this
2.
line?
So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
When I curve.
That's what I'm saying.
When she takes her pants off.
-6 over 2.
Yeah, I said no.
Then I was still right.
About what?
That's what I put.
When they want to touch you or
Yes, because that's the new slope of the line. But what do you notice about both of these? They're equivalent.
But she always gonna cheat at the
But
end of
it's
the
the
day.
same slope, just like we reduced the
'Cause hoes gonna be
launch,
hoes.
we reduced the slope to 1. This reduces to -3. This also reduces to -3.
Negative 3.
-3.
He was like, oh, my girl,
X.
he was like trying to be funny. He was like, oh, you can't get next to my girl. And then he posted her, he was with her. Word 2, I will kill that, bro. I will kill that bitch, bro.
He's like, watch who you talk to, little nigga. He's like, remember who you talking to, little nigga. And posting his girl with her on the back. Joseph said to him that bitches ain't shit.
Nah, I was like, this is why I would never trust, I would never ever trust a bitch, bro.
Yo, when I saw that, I'm like, nah.
Cause that shit dash be happening, bro. That don't happen to me, but like,
I don't have the. I can't.
bro, I would, that's all. Nah, I would that kill. Nah, man, I would violate, bro. I would that violate. Nah, I would dead ass crawl, then laugh, then crawl.
That's a nightmare.
That's my worst fear, no. Or like someone's calling you a nigga and he's fucking another nigga, another bitch.
Nigga said another nigga.
No,
Oh,
I had to think.
Yeah, but you know what I don't believe in? And I want to see if you agree. Like when shit like that happens, I don't believe in fighting that nigga. You know why?
Yeah, it's like if one of my mans, it's like,
you really think about it. You know why? Because it's like, why am I fighting you? Like,
it's like she ain't rape you, he ain't rape you.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Same thing with like girls. Like, if I'm mad and acting like let's say some girl like does something like, oh, I'm not gonna.
I'm saying like, would you be mad if like?
I'm gonna get mad at her, but I'm not gonna.
Would you be mad if like one of your friends like talked to like behind your back? Hey, would you be mad at your nigga or your friend? Why? He ain't rape her.
What are you talking about?
Well, I wouldn't be mad if I would be mad at my man's. Like, I wouldn't be mad if one of my mans fuck my girl. Cause at the end of the day, like cause at the end of the day, you know exactly how it is, bro. Cause if someone else got a girl and you like his girl, you would try to kill, right?
bro.
Nah, yo,
bro. I'll never bring a girl out.
When I said it wrong, look.
If we mans, bro, and you pick my girl, bro,
I'm not gonna be mad at you.
What?
You didn't rape her at the end of the day. Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about, bro? I say you my mans, right? And then you're my girl, and I bring my girl around you because you're my mans, and like I found out you
No,
killed.
nigga, I thought you were saying.
I wouldn't be mad at you because I wouldn't be because like I ain't rape her.
You saying it the other way, like,
Exactly. Thank you.
Like, yeah, I get it. Like, the guy was like, I'm sorry, but she got mommy.
Exactly. Like it's whatever. Exactly. Exactly. Like
Nah, I thought you were saying it that way.
I wouldn't be mad.
You were saying that, like, you
I mean, it's not okay, but I wouldn't be tight. Cause that's why I was trying to talk. Like I wouldn't really be mad at my mans. It's like he didn't rape you at the end of the day. Like
You should
it was
only do
both
the front.
consensual.
Only do the first
I'm
four.
not doing this shit, man. I'm kind of confused. Shit,
Oh, that's why you said, bro, you know how it is. Yeah, because I'm not gay, like, I'm not, if she going pussy, like,
I'm saying no. My man spoke to you like.
Go to 7, 8, 9.
nah, I don't know, because I'm a good nigga, you know what I mean?
You're
Like,
1, 2, and 3.
it depends on the situation. Like, if you my man's, I don't think so. If you my man's, like,
Some nigga I know.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah. Like, I don't
My man's. That's different.
Yo, you loud like a eye. Who you went to?
Mister, I wanna.
He lacing it?
We're gonna try and do this. I don't think.
Can I show you a trick?
I think I'm confused.
That's
That's pretty good.
I think. No, it's okay. It's okay. Just
What's the rise and run?
2, 1, 2.
Okay, so instead of doing that, just go.
How'd you go over there though? If it's over here.
because you went down.
No, it's over here. 1, 2.
But the way I look at it, the way I look at it, like this is the plus, like this is the positive. No, look, this is the positive. What are you talking about?
This way.
He's technically right. The
He's
rise.
right, but like it's just not the
Wouldn't
right
it be over
way.
here?
It would be. I don't know.
But when I did that, you said it wasn't parallel.
No, she's absolutely correct. Because you're going from the center of dilation. So A is just up 1. You're going to do that a total of once, twice, 3 times. 1, right? 1 time, 2 times, 3 times.
So 1. Wait. So we 1, 2.
No.
1, 2.
No, it's 2,
No.
2, right?
It's from the center of dilation.
Oh, okay.
That's why. There's 2 slopes at work.
Mister, can you erase that?
Over here.
That's it.
1, 2.
And you gotta change that.
I gotta change the what?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, bro. Nah, but I understand, yeah.
Cause like, cause if I like someone else's girl, I wouldn't. Like, I don't explain it, bro.
What operation is dilation? What operation?
I'm trying to dumb it down for you, 14-year-old.
She know what's up already, bro. She at that age.
No, she don't.
That's not mean, you know what's up?
I have older brothers, of course.
Of course.
Oh yeah. Okay.
What kind of older brothers?
Like they're old,
This is
Like old?
like 20.
Oh, and oh yeah, they in their prime. They fucking everything.
She's probably like 16.
I mean, to be honest, bro,
20, I feel like you just want to live.
nah, an average life, if you really think about it, an average life, you start fucking like around like, you're supposed to, you feel me?
16.
But for us, 16 is like 16 to like 15, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
How you just
Wait. I did this. Miss, I need help with this one. Cause it's not a whole number. Actually.
What do you notice about the original and the image?
Beast. They're like, look at this.
Uh-huh.
In my head, like,
What controls parallelism?
0.5.
So if you have one, what do you know about slopes of parallel lines? What do you know about the slopes of parallel lines? That's what.
Spelled parallel.
So we got about like 11, 12 minutes left. Yeah. We have. You're welcome. We have an, yeah, that went quick, right? We have an exit ticket, and we're actually going to do it. So we're going to use our work in 1 and 2 to help us answer questions 7, 8, and 9, because that will teach us the lesson. Okay? What's the equation of our original line? What's the slope for AB? Yeah, you go down 3 over 1. Stick an x next to it. What's our y-intercept? Yeah, -2. All right, what's the equation of the dilated line? Yeah. What do you notice about the original and the image?
The same. The slopes are the same.
What's the same about the lines? Just go visually.
6 over 2.
What do you notice about these lines?
They're parallel.
So, if lines are parallel, what do you know about their slopes? Is that always happening? When you do the dilations, is the image always going to be?
Yeah. I thought it was 6 over 2.
What are they?
It is. That's the simplified version.
Yeah, and that's what we want to get into.
We have it 6 over 2.
Instead of viewing this as 6 over 2, just go down 3 and over 1. Down 3 and over 1. Because when you type -6 over 2 into a calculator, what's -6 divided by 2? -3. So what do you notice about the slopes?
They're the same.
But what about the y-intercepts?
They change.
How do we go from -2 to -4?
Dilated by 2.
Oh, why 2?
That's what it says. Scale factor.
So, what do you do to the original y-intercept?
You just multiply.
Why multiply?
Because it's
That's what dilations are, the multiplication. So, in number 2, we have the equations. Technically, they're negative. Instead of writing -3 over 6, what does that simplify to?
1/2.
Yeah, that's really, yeah. How did we go from 1 to 3? Yeah, our scale factor was 3. So we're just going to take our original slope, keep it, and then do what to that y-intercept? By what? The scale factor. Okay? Yes. What's the equation of the line in number 4? Well, let's do it now. Yep, your slope is rise 3. Your run is rise 3. What's 3 over 3 simplified? Yeah, that's the same as saying just rise 1 and run 1. Rise 1, run 1. So x goes next to slope. Yeah, and then our y-intercept is positive 6. The slope you should, yes.
And then 1/3 is 2, right?
I'll give you the same example I gave Lizette. If you go to a store, you buy a can of soda, it costs 75 cents, you hand the owner $1. What do you expect to get back?
25 cents.
I give you 25 pennies.
25 pennies.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not.
You're not wrong.
I'm not wrong.
You just overcomplicate.
Yeah, just like you're not wrong if you write 3 over 3.
Listen, I saw some video where a man really did that. Like he had to pay like $12 for something.
Like the fine, right?
Yeah, and he was like, I got you. And she was like, sir, and he's dumb, funny, old.
So what's going to be the equation of the new line?
Why?
1x or 2. I mean, plus 2.
Xavier, you're going to be the one that tells me all this now.
Oh my God! Listen, why do you always have to put me on the spot?
Because I know you got this.
No, I don't got this.
What do you notice about
Hey, nigga, knows
what do you notice about those lines?
Parallel.
Good. Parallel lines
No, Bernie told me that.
have what kind of slopes? How much is that? Good. So if I'm telling you the slope is that, what slope has to go here?
The same one.
Good. Here's the last thing. This is your y-intercept. Somebody tell Xavier what we have to do to our y-intercept to get the new one.
Divide.
You never divide.
Multiply by decimal.
What are we multiplying by?
0.3.
What are we multiplying by? So now, Xavier, on your calculator, can you type in our original y-intercept? And then do times. And then our scale factor. Oh, yeah. It becomes. Good. That's the lesson. Let's summarize it. In number 9, what happens? What happens to the slope? Please wait. What happens to the slope? Slope stays the same. What happens to the y-intercept? How does it change? What with the scale factor? Do you add it? You multiply. Okay. When you're done with that, I'm going to pass out exit tickets. Exit tickets are on the back of your launch.
Oh, I already
Number 1, everyone should be able to do. Number 2, that's a stretch. Sorry, what's up?
Yeah, you heard what I said.
Yes or no, Elias?
Yeah, it's fine.
Do you write both at the table as well? Ay, ay, ay.
Ready.
Use that.
I said this shit. I didn't even say L in my sentence.
Just so no one throws it.
I said the question is dumb hard, and he was like, oh, and he was like, I think it's gay. I didn't even say that. Hang on. Stop lying. Stop lying. Say what you did.
That's when I was in my
Oh, slow stays the same. So
What you are
You either multiplying by some number or you're multiplying by a fraction.
Sorry, you got time. I'm gonna simplify this. That's the equation of scale factors.
how am I supposed to know if line on equals to y equals
But you gotta multiply everything.
You're not wrong. That is correct. I would write it. Did you get it wrong?
Wait, can I show him this?
Show him one though. Show him how you want.
how am I supposed to
Use that.
Oh, that's just how you be.
That stays the same. For y read that.
What's the equation of the new line?
Oh my god! Hey Joseph, the man is instrument. Yeah. How do you play it? How do you play it?
Exit tickets.
Did it.
Oh no, I added.
Hey, Mark.
This with this.
I really don't want this. I don't want that.
funny how we not doing
Why that?
I need like, do it.
I just realized that I didn't have
If anyone
Yeah.